good evening, millionaire. Welcome to the YouTube Live. We'll be live on Facebook in just a second. Good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Looks like I don't have on no earrings. Okay, we are live. And let me see, because I had a little thing blocking my camera, and now I don't know if that was the best idea. Because it looks crazy. Let's see. Good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Welcome to yet another edition of Good Evening, Millionaire. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Amma Nancy. I go by AmmaTheCPA. CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant. I'm a registered licensed certified public accountant from the lovely Windy City. Right? Even it's so cold. It's like still, it was actually pretty nice today. But it was still kind of cold for it to be almost April. But good evening, millionaire. So go ahead, put in the comments, good evening, millionaire. Greet your fellow millionaires. We always greet each other by millionaire because everything happens 3 times. It happens first in your mind. That's why we say millionaire minded. The second time is on paper. We want to write it down and make it plain. And then the third time is in execution. So good evening, millionaires. And welcome to, like I said, yet another edition of Good Evening, Millionaire. So tonight, what we're going to talk about is how you can start saving money today. How you can start saving money today, right? A lot of times it's so difficult for people to save money, right? It's so difficult for people to save money because we feel like, maybe sometimes we're already living paycheck to paycheck. We just don't really know where this extra money is going to come from. I have a couple different ways that makes it really simple for you guys to start saving money. So we'll get into that in a second, but go ahead, make sure that you greet your fellow millionaires. Put in the comments, good evening, millionaire. Let us know where you are calling in from, right? So you'll say like, good evening, millionaire, Chicago, right? And stuff like that. So make sure that you guys put that in there. Oh yeah, I'm repping my really cool shirt. Work, right? So you guys can't really see it, but it's like, it starts off where it's way more work than reward. And then as you get to the K, it's way more reward than it is the work, right? So we like work, right? It's a sleep is for suckers. So good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Put in the comments, let us know where you are calling in from and all that good stuff. It's always cool to be in touch with our millionaire-minded family throughout the nation. So make sure that you guys put that in there and let us know where you're calling in from. Millionaire-minded. So, we just want you guys to get wherever you're trying to go further and faster and with less effort. So me personally and our millionaire-minded family, we offer not only like all financial education, personal income tax, business income tax. That would be me, right? Business income tax, personal taxes, hard money loans, personal credit restoration, business credit restoration, all that good stuff. But these videos are completely free of charge in hopes that we just help you get further and faster and with less effort, right? So good evening, millionaires. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Make sure that you guys share the broadcast, okay? Not only on your personal page, but also in different groups that you are in. Because even if you know this information, millionaire, you never know who on your timeline and stuff like that does not know this information. So good evening, millionaire. Give us a share. Make sure you share the broadcast. So we're going to start off with number 1. Give me a number 1 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Give me a number 1 and a share. Okay, so number 1, cut your expenses. Right now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about how you can save money right away. So the first thing you want to do is cut your expenses. So how can you do that? Because I know you guys are like, well, yeah, I totally would if I could. But listen, okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to keep track or review your expenses for like 2 to 3 months, right? I always tell people 2 to 3 months because a lot of times you honestly, being honest, you may have missed the payment, so it's like if you look at 1 month, What if you missed last month? What if you missed the last 2 months, right? And now they are calling you and they're like, hey, you didn't pay. And then you're like, oh, yeah. Okay, how much do I owe? Right? So you want to look at 3 months. Another reason why you want to look at 3 months is because let's say you have something that comes out on a quarterly basis. Sometimes different insurances will come out on a quarterly basis. They may say like, you know, you can pay this much every month or you can pay this much every quarter. Okay, so you want to look at it on a quarterly basis. So I always say look at 3 months. Now, when you're looking at this, what are you looking for? You're looking for ways that you can reduce your money. Reduce your expenses. How can you reduce your expenses? So what you're looking for is stuff like parking tickets, right? Movie tickets, restaurants, clothing, flowers, right? Coffee, stuff that's kind of discretionary. It may or may not necessarily be a latte factor. Like a latte factor is something that you do every single day. You want to look for that as well. Something that you do every single day that can possibly be eliminated. But you also want to look for stuff that maybe you don't do it every day, but maybe you just don't have to do it. You know, so like movie tickets, you know, somebody like my mom, hey mommy, right? Love her so much. But my mom loves going to the movies. But she's retired, so it's like whatever. But she'll go to the movies like every Saturday. I feel like when we were growing up, we used to go like every weekend. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just my memory. We used to go a lot though. You know, my sister would be able to remember better than I could. But we used to go a lot. And so somebody like my dad, you know, he would be like, why are we going to the movies? Like, we already have cable. You know, that was like expensive for my dad. But so you want to look at stuff like that. You want to look at how you can eliminate things that you may have paid for that you didn't necessarily have to pay for. So that's the first step you want to do when it comes to you saving your money. Okay, number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Give me a number 2 and a share. So put a number 2 in the comments and share the broadcast. And those of you that have been there before, you know that I'm checking my phone to see if y'all sharing it. Okay, we got some shares and some comments. Thank you, millionaires. Okay, so number 2. Number 2, start paying off your debt. Okay, now that also may sound like, what is she? Of course I want to pay off my debt. But start paying off your debt. Start making an actual effort to pay off your debt. A lot of times we may just be going through and paying like the monthly minimum. Actually, this Friday I'm going to go over the effects of bad credit. It's a worksheet that we have that's called the Bloody Mess. Because it shows like what happens when you really only pay the minimum payment and how much you actually end up paying. So, but you want to start paying off your debt. And what I can tell you, millionaires, is call them and ask them, can you lower it? What can you do for me? I've been a customer for blah, blah, blah. I've been a customer for X amount of months. I've been a customer for X amount of years. What can you do for me? Can you lower my interest rate? Now, when it's your car, because I actually just spoke to somebody about this, one of our millionaire-minded family members. Shout out to Roderick. Hey, millionaire, if you are watching. But he was like, he went and tried to do this for his car. And then they were like, yes, you can refinance. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about refinancing. Now, but let's say, this is like a whole nother training, but because I brought it up, let's just say they offer you to refinance. If they offer you to refinance, the first thing you want to make sure is that they are not extending the loan period, okay? Because it's like, yeah, you can refinance. Maybe you have 5 years left to pay it off, and now they're going to stretch it out to 7 and say, we can give you a lower interest rate, but now it's going to be 7 years, 7 more years instead of 5, or instead of 3, now it's going to be 8 years. So you want to make sure that time period is not stretched out, and make sure that you aren't paying more over the life of the whole thing, whatever it is that you're trying to refinance. So that's not what I'm talking about. A lot of times, like if you call when it's credit cards and you say like, hey, can you lower this? They'll say like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. They'll literally be like, yeah, I did it before with my American Express. They were like, oh yeah, this was like an introductory rate. So some of you guys know like part of my story where, I didn't have any credit. And then I started building it. And then my American Express was my first credit card. It's actually the only one that I have. But they gave me something. I can't even remember what it was, but they said, okay, well, basically what they told me in a nutshell was that we didn't really know. We didn't know. So we gave you like this interest rate. And then of course I took it. It was my very first credit card. So I'm like, sure, I'll take it, but then I called, I was like, why is it like 20 something %? So I called and they was like, oh yeah, we didn't know. So we had to, that was like a precaution. So you want to just call and just ask them, because you never know what they'll say. Okay, millionaires, moving right along. So give me a number 3 and a share. Give me a number 3. Put a number 3 in the comments and share the broadcast. So put a number 3 in the comments and give me a share. Good evening, millionaires. Make sure you share it on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. Good evening, millionaire. Oh, and welcome to the replay if you're just now joining us, or if you're just now joining the broadcast, still go back. Make sure you go back to the beginning and still participate and put everything in the comments. Thank you. Please and thank you, millionaires. Okay, so number 3 in the share. Actually save your savings. Now, that sounds crazy, but this one is actually a lot of fun. You know how when you go grocery shopping, most of the time it's grocery shopping, and you may have like a rewards card or something like that, and then at the bottom of it, it'll say you saved $11.20, like just from you being a reward member. I know they have them at Walgreens. They have them at all the grocery stores here in Chicago. They probably have them where you're located as well. But millionaires, what if every single time you went to the store and they told you actually saved 20 cents, you saved $5? What if you actually saved that money, right? So when they tell you how much you saved, go home. And when I first got out of college, I used to do this all the time because I was like, I just need to save money. I need to save money. So when they tell you what you save, just go home and make a transfer. Like, okay, this is how much I would have paid, but because I got the rewards card, because I got, whatever, like now I saved $11. Let me see. I got a couple receipts right here. Looks like Target doesn't participate. Okay, I got 2 Target receipts right here, so never mind. Looks like they don't have. Oh no. Okay, they told me I saved $1.05 on one, and maybe on the other one I didn't save anything. Yeah, I didn't save anything. Oh no, $2 on one. Okay, y'all probably think I'm crazy. Hey, millionaires. Okay, so $2 on one and $1.05 on the other. So what if, millionaires, you just went and transferred into your savings account $3.05 just from what they tell you save on your receipt? You want to get in the habit of actually saving money, and this is the way that you can do it. This with the receipts is really cool. It's something that like I just been doing on my own. But it's really cool because it's a way that you can save money, and you aren't saving like, $100. Sometimes when we think about an amount that we have to save, it just seems so daunting and so far off where we're like, how can I possibly save that? But if you actually save what they are telling you that you are saving, millionaires, you will look up and you will have so much money. Okay. Number 4, give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Welcome to the broadcast. Put a number 4 in the comments and share the broadcast. Make sure you share it on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. You never know who needs this information, even if you already know it. Number 4, save your pocket change. Now, this is different from the receipts. This is the actual change in your pocket. Now, especially for my people out there that pay, shout out to everybody that pays cash for everything, right? Your pocket change. Now, there's an app that I need to, I'll see if I can find it for you guys that will round up your debit card amount and you can save that, but I have to find it. But it's something very similar, but this is just for the actual change that's in your pocket. So you go somewhere, it costs $4.20, but you give them a $5. Now you got 80 cents in your pocket. You just put that in your change jar at the end of the night, right? So every night you literally empty out your pockets. Millionaires, listen, if you save $2 in change per day, $2 in change per day, that's $730 in a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Just how we went over, like, okay, even if you say you're only going to save $10 a week, that's $520 in a year. Okay, $10 a week is $520 because it's 52 weeks in a year. Millionaires, so think about stuff like that. Now, last and definitely not least, give me a number 5 and a share. Put a number 5 in the comments and share the broadcast. So give me a number 5, millionaires, and share, right? So put 5 in the comments and share the broadcast on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. Good evening, millionaires, right? So number 5 is make it a weekly habit. Now, believe it or not, millionaires, everything that we go over, whether it's on Good Evening Millionaire or whether it's on Good Morning Millionaire, it's all about your habits. It's all about consistency, right? So you really want to get in the habit of saving money, and that's way more important than the actual amount of money that you save. So even if you get in the habit of transferring something from your checking account every single Friday or set it up automatically, but you just get into the habit, what's going to happen is you will start to feel uncomfortable when you don't do it. And then that is how that's how you know that the habit is like really, really set in. For some of you guys that know me and stuff like that, I've never been a morning person, right? I'll be up all night and then sleep in the morning. But probably around this time last year, close to this time, maybe April, May, when it was a little bit more sunny. But I started waking up and going to run in the morning when the sun was up at like 5 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, because I saw something that was like, stop waking up like it's an accident, right? Like you hitting snooze, you don't want to get up. Stop waking up like it's an accident. You got to wake up like, woo, Tuesday, right? And stuff like that. So the point is that now I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, even on the weekend. Even on the weekend, I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning because now it's a habit. It's a habit for me. It's a habit for my body. My body automatically wakes up even without an alarm clock. I'm getting up and it's like I got stuff to do. So even if I don't go to work, not on the weekend because the gym is not open that early, but even if I don't go to work during the week, I still go to the gym at like 5:30 in the morning because it's a habit. So you want to get in the habit of saving money so where when you don't save, it's uncomfortable. So like if I miss a day at the gym, I'm like, oh my God, my whole day is thrown off. So you want to get like that with your savings, millionaires. And I know that you can do it. So feel free to reach out to me if I can help you guys in any way. Personal credit, business credit, hard money loans, taxes, all around financial help. Okay, so I'm Amma the CPA, your favorite CPA's favorite CPA. And let's see what we're talking about tomorrow, because I do not remember. Oh, the hidden dangers of using credit cards. This is a really good one, and that's actually one that my mom told me to talk about. So shout outs to you again, mommy. Okay, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow, you beautiful, beautiful millionaires. Have an amazing evening. Each one teach one. We can change the world. I'm Amma the CPA, your favorite CPA's favorite CPA. Good evening, millionaires.